Welcome to Psychology Refresh. Today we're going to go over the 8 weird habits of an INTP personality type. Make sure to watch each one of them and find out if you have any of them. If the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator assessed you as an INTP, Logician, Analyst personality type, chances are you have some weird and peculiar habits. Being labeled weird or awkward might have negative connotations, but for certain people, it can be appealing and separates them from the usual. INTPs can certainly be labeled as odd or peculiar, but this is largely due to people's inability to look beyond the surface. Logicians take a different approach to things, which can be perplexing to some others and cause them to misunderstand where the INTP is coming from. Logicians are quite unique, and some of their traits and behaviors can be very bizarre. Find out if you have any of these weird habits, and remember, if you do, think of it this way: you are not some weirdo because of this, you just possess some distinctive features which are typical for your personality type that don't necessarily fit into particular social conventions, and they are often characterized as weird. Furthermore, most of them can help in reaching personal growth and self-improvement, so it is very beneficial to know them. Here are 8 weird habits of an INTP personality type. Number 1. INTPs can be surprisingly passive-aggressive. Any form of ignorance irritates the INTP. People who presume they know all the facts regarding a problem when they usually don't know any of them turn logicians off right away. They tolerate a wide range of viewpoints and can be ruthlessly frank, caustic, and snarky with people who display personal bias, unreasonable assessment, or insincere beliefs. INTPs might come across as if they're making a joke at someone else's behalf at times. If someone irritates logicians enough, they may resort to passive-aggressive tactics, such as putting on headphones and disregarding the discussion or not answering the phone for weeks or months. For individuals who cherish harmony and social contact, this conduct is a very weird habit. That is why INTPs should cultivate tolerance in general, because they regard criticism as objective and unbiased when giving it, but take it to heart when receiving it. Number 2. INTPs are stuck in their thoughts. INTPs have extremely rich and colorful imaginations, which might be difficult for others to comprehend or relate to. The INTP has a tendency to spend so much time alone with their thoughts that they may become estranged from others. People may find this odd or peculiar since they don't understand why the logician is so preoccupied or lost in contemplation. It gives them a distant exterior at times, even though the INTP has no intention of doing so. Because they keep a lot of their thoughts and feelings inside, they don't always appear to be interested in others. Their brains are so full of invention and complex mental processes that they appear strange to the outside world at times. People frequently misjudge INTPs, failing to recognize that they have intense feelings and can be very caring. Number 3. INTPs are not the masters of tactfulness. INTPs believe that the most crucial thing is truth, thus they don't mince words. Logicians can come out as very direct at times. It's not as if they're attempting to offend others. To them, it would be dishonest to say one thing and mean another. INTPs are definitely not the go-to people for emotional support among their friends. Logicians would rather provide practical suggestions to fix the underlying problem than express pity. This is something that some personality types would not appreciate, especially the types of people who need some emotional support and little empathy from others. Furthermore, INTPs have the ability to easily spot the logical errors in any given argument or explanation, and people generally do not like if someone is correcting them all the time. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. INTPs have their best friend. Mr. Procrastinator. INTPs aren't lazy by nature. In fact, they excel at focusing on what they're passionate about and enjoy working in the area of ideas. The trouble is that logicians have so many ideas that they procrastinate a lot. INTPs go off on irreverencies, wandering and ruminating about topics to the point where they lose track of time. It's so satisfying to think about theoretical concepts that they might just stop there. To those on the outside looking in, logicians appear to have the attention span of a goldfish, bouncing from one notion to the next without ever finishing anything. When productivity is critical, such as in school or at work, a lack of follow-through can appear sloppy and disorganized. For many INTPs, being exposed to individuals who just get things done is very beneficial. These people can help logicians avoid straying too far from critical goals. Number 5. INTPs are social norm breakers. INTPs have a hard time obeying and have a difficult time dealing with authority. They don't feel compelled to conform to social norms or to do what others expect of them. Being in a position of authority is rarely enough for the INTP to listen to them, which might get them into difficulties, especially when they are younger. They find it difficult to simply listen to what others say, and they want to test everything to make sure it is correct. They can't accept any rules and regulations because they don't just fit into what society expects or wants from them, and because of this, the INTP can be perceived as peculiar or inappropriate in various contexts. The logician's ability to discover things that no one can notice is due to their willingness to examine and research. Their unwillingness to simply walk along the straight and narrow path may appear strange to some, but it makes INTPs extremely unique and often quite clever people. Things aren't true until they've thoroughly examined it and had a chance to dig into it. Because most people are conformists and social convention followers, they find this unusual behavior in INTPs as a sign of a weird habit. Number 6. INTPs are romantically paralyzed. Getting out there and meeting new people, risking rejection, and exposing themselves emotionally are all things that are out of INTP's comfort zone. As a result, they frequently wait for others to initiate action or an approach with the romantic purpose. The ideal romantic partner for someone with this personality type isn't just someone to pass the time with, but someone who can question their beliefs. Even when they are interested in someone, it can take a long time for them to get the courage to risk rejection and ask the person out. It's difficult for anyone to be the focus of attention in an emotionally loaded environment, but it's extremely difficult for logicians. When logicians do enter a relationship, though, they are a dedicated and faithful partner or friend. However, it would be a long time before it happens, and a potential romantic partner could lose interest in INTPs because they can appear non-committed and detached. Number 7. INTPs have Google browser in their heads. INTPs are obsessed with facts and more facts. They enjoy being correct and dealing with problems in a rational and logical manner. Others may find this unsettling, partially because they are unable to retain as many things as logicians do, but also because it is difficult to maintain a discussion with someone who is always one step ahead of anyone else. INTPs not only pack a lot of information into their heads, they also apply it to thoroughly analyze challenges from every viewpoint. Others may be perplexed as to why logicians overthink even the most mundane conversations or why they are so adamant about certain issues. Number 8. INTPs can be extremely awkward. The INTP can have a super awkward side to them. They aren't naturally connected to the outside world. Instead, they get lost in their own ideas and fantasies. Logicians also have difficulty expressing themselves verbally and emotionally, which can make social situations uncomfortable for them. When they feel out of place or under pressure to perform in a certain way, it might be difficult for them not to act uncomfortably in certain situations. This isn't to say they're always like this, and some INTPs find it easy to blend in if they strive hard enough. However, there are undoubtedly social settings that make the INTP who wants to connect with others feel embarrassed when they feel the desire to express their feelings more openly. This extreme awkwardness is a very weird habit of an INTP personality type. These videos will be really helpful for you.